Hello you guys, here's Patrick from Let's Make Technology. Have you ever been in a situation that you haven't trusted your manager? Or have you ever been in a situation that you were scared so much to tell something to your manager so that you preferred to leave your job rather than saying the truth? Or are you a manager who doesn't know why his direct reports don't tell truth? If at least one of those questions has been answered with yes, then it's time for us to go to the second part of the material. Before I will start diving deep into how to build your relationships better, I would like to jump into this more negative part of the topic. So basically, what can happen if you will not build the trust within your teammates or other colleagues in work? Basically, if you will not build a trust, you will have multiple different bad things when it comes to your work experience. Basically, when it comes to your direct reports, the biggest issue with not having trust within your team members is that they will not tell you that you're doing something bad. And basically, with that knowledge that you are doing something bad, you can always adapt yourself. But if you don't know that, you are doing that over and over and over again. And because of that, it can lead to various different things. Of course, the most difficult ones are that your team members are going to just resign and look for another job in another company, or they can just have lower motivation and not perform so well anymore. And this is like the scenario that is very, very common. With your colleagues in your work, it can be also very difficult for you, because if you don't have trust all over the company, then basically you cannot influence anything. If you've got any kind of ideas but no one trusts you, then no one wants to help you, and it can end up with you being very frustrated because you cannot make anything happen. So this is definitely not a way to do things. Okay, so after this short intro, I think that you already know what kind of bad results you can achieve not gaining trust. And now let's jump straight into how to make this whole trust building process much easier and much better. The first thing is that you trust all of the people you work with. But what does it mean? For me, let's imagine a situation that you are joining a new company, right? You join that company, and from the very beginning, you assume that every single person in this company, or majority of people, are just doing a bad job, because some things that you believe in are not there. You make those assumptions from the very beginning, like from the second week after you joined the company. Pretty often, you say it out loud to different people. It instantly highlights that you don't necessarily trust all of those people that they are doing a good job and they are doing the best they can within the environment they've got in the company. Because there can be various different things happening in the company that doesn't give them a possibility to build like perfect work environment, perfect one, written somewhere in the book, right? So if you assume from the very beginning that someone is always doing bad job, then you are going straight into starting micromanaging people, forcing them into making some decisions they don't want to make, and there can be various of different things all over the place. Of course, this is something that is affecting your direct reports the most, because you are working with them on a daily basis. And this is something that is happening very, very often. You need to avoid that. And now I need to ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation that your manager had no trust in you or the whole team? If yes, don't hesitate and tell me your story in the comment section. Second thing you can do to make your relationships much better and the trust level much higher is thing that I'm repeating all over again. Having one-on-one conversations. It's really great tool to use to get to know people you are working with, to understand their point of view, and to also show how you see world. But you need to be very careful with using this tool, because of course, as any kind of tool, it can be also used in a very bad way. And this very bad way can be that you don't let other person you're having this one-on-one conversation with to speak, or you're not listening to the things that this particular person is telling you. This is very bad situation, and you shouldn't do that, because with that every single participant of this meeting will instantly know that you are not taking that seriously. And it's really important tool, because when you are in this very intimate situation having this one-on-one conversation, it should be very easy for you to gain a lot of knowledge about the environment of the company. You oftentimes hear some sneak peeks and different things that are happening in the company that should help you build the overall knowledge and overall vision of how the company is working. It's very important for you to know those small bits and pieces, because thanks to that, you know why certain decisions were made and what can you do to change the situation. If you've got your vision, you have to be aware about those different pieces that are here and there to make your vision work. So if you want to do any kind of changes to that company and to the situation that is there, if you are not using one-on-ones, and it doesn't matter if this is going to be one-on-one meeting with your direct report or with colleague with different department, you should use it, because this is going to change the way you build your relationships, you build your trust. Third thing that is extremely important when it comes to building trust and building overall relationships is using servant leadership. And servant leadership is something that I like very much, because this is all about helping people. So if you want to be a good manager with very good relationships, you should be the one who tries to help people. Of course, you shouldn't take all of the things on your shoulders, but when there is anything stopping your teammates from making progress, being this helpful person is always an advantage. So basically, when you're using the servant leadership style, it's better for you to build trust, because if people know that they can reach out to you and you will be willing to help them rather than tell them that they are doing bad job, they will know that you are there for them to help them, and together you can resolve any kind of problems. And the same kind of thing applies to your colleagues from different departments. If they are struggling with something, you offer them your help and you are willing to do something, and of course you are doing those things, then it's easier for them to trust you. And with this, we are coming to the fourth very important tool, which is feedback. And I know all of the people all over the place, all over the internet, are telling that feedback is very important. And yeah, it is. If you are giving feedback in a right way, without blaming and only telling what should be changed, and you are always doing that in a way so that people know that you do this because you want them to be better and the work to be done better, they will instantly start trusting you more. But it's not always about only giving feedback. It's also about receiving feedback and adapting yourself. And I think that this part is even more critical, because if someone tells you that you are doing something wrong and you neglect this feedback, you don't do anything about it. Basically, you just say that, yeah, I don't give a shit about that. It ends up with this person or this group of people that are telling you that feedback to start being more and more frustrated about your cooperation. And because of that, of course, trust is low and you are not building yourself as a person. So feedback is overall about building, and it doesn't matter if it's you or if it's someone else. It's a very important tool, so we need to use it very wisely and very openly. And yeah, I really believe that feedback is something that will make your trust much higher, especially when it's well thought through, and especially when you are adapting to the feedback that you receive from other people. So now, summarizing, building trust is extremely important in your day-to-day work. If you are a person that doesn't have trust, especially your direct report doesn't trust you, then I don't necessarily think that you are going to be successful in your role. It's very, very important to have this trust. It's very important so that people you work with are certain that you are the trustworthy person, because thanks to that they can come to you, they can tell you different kind of things, and when they are telling you those things, you can be able to react early, which is great, because when you've got a chance to react early, you can fix everything that may happen, which is very important. Because for instance, when a person would like to change a job because of some reason, I don't know, there might be a situation that this particular person is not very happy with a teammate. And you know that this is just a small thing, that it's a matter of speaking with each other and building a way of overcoming that. It's your advantage because you can use it. But if you don't know this kind of thing, you will not do anything, and because of that, you can lose very good teammate. Just think about it. For me, having very good teammates, very good employees is very important thing. So it's up to you if you want to keep your best performance and all of the team that you've got. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for coming back. I hope to see you again in another material and another episode, and have a great day.